Hi everybody, Rick Smith here at Lost River Fishing. Today we're going to be tying a fly that's called the Max Canyon. It's a classic. Really good fly to swing, especially traditional. It catches a lot of fish for us, especially in the spring, and also this winter it's been working really good too, especially in the lower part of the river. So follow along, that's where we're tying today.
Here's the material pile or lineup for the fly the Max Canyon that Rick's going to be tying. And as always, I'll have a materials list and recipe in the fly description that will be underneath goes with the video.
Really give a good shout out to Regal Vice and Don Barnes. I want to thank them for their support.
Canyon.
Today we're going to be tying the Max Canyon. It's a classic steelhead fly, so let's get going. Today we're going to be tying on a Daiichi 2051 size 5. It's a nice classic hook. There we are. Using a uni thread black 6/0. And we're going to start right there. Basically, what I like to do is I like to bring the thread right about to the point of the hook. Seems to work pretty good. And get up your thread. Snip that off. First thing we're going to do is put a tag on this hook. Today we're using this flashback large silver tinsel. Why large? Because that's what I had. And it does actually even out pretty good. Doesn't take as many wraps to do. So what I'm going to do is just attach it right back here where I stopped the thread. And just wrap back once or twice. And then wrap forward. That off. Just wrap that in, kind of even out the body a little bit. That was. Now the tail on a Max Canyon is two colors. You got red and white hackle for the tail. So what we're going to do is just take one, peel that off a little bit. You don't want a ton because like I said, you're intermixing these colors. Pull off a little bit there. The white. Set that down. And we're going to do the same with the other hackle. Grab both of them if they stay quasi-level. And we're just going to kind of pair up the tips as best we can. That looks about right. Now, what I like to do is like to keep the tail as long as the gap of the hook. So we're going to go in there, measure it up, and wrap it in. Sure everything stays on top, so we can keep it somewhat level of the body. Don't get that fat butt syndrome. Alright, wrap this forward. Now we're going to attach our gold rib. That same as we do, you start at the top here, the front of the hook, and just wrap underneath the body. This kind of keeps the proportion of the body a little easier to tie with. Now we're going to do our back half with a uni yarn. and orange. They're about a halfway up the shank. Tie this in. I like doubling it just because it makes the body look a little better. Covers up some of the black. And you can take and put some flash, wrap some flash right here to make that orange pop. I didn't do that, so we're just going to double the body up a little bit. My vise will sit still, that'd be nice. Okay. Tie that off. Now for the front half, we're going to use the old-fashioned yarn. You can go to the craft store, get that, or steal your mother's, as long as she's not watching. If she sees you, she will probably not like it. Hook moved a little bit in the vise. There we go. This part I'm not doubling, because you want a little bit of a differential from the front body to the back. So, tie it in. And wrap this part. Now we're going to take our ribbon and just evenly space it as best we can. Some guys say you can't do no more than 5, some say do less. Well, guess what? Fish can't count. If they can, we're in trouble. So I don't count. Alright. Now we're going to move up to the hackle. Favorite black saddle. Basically, you want to measure your fibers out to where they're just off the tip of the point. So we're going to go in here and select one. There we go. One way of checking, just lay it to the side there, and you can about measure it right there. So, down here, strip this off, stuff we don't need. And you only want to make a couple turns, maybe 2 or 3 turns on this. There. Snip that off. Come in. Leave those fibers off so you don't get a rocking action with the fibers. Tie it in. And just come in, just kind of work the fibers back. Hopefully my fingers aren't blocking this too much. And wrap. You get a few fibers that get out of the way, just take your scissors and pull them in. And a little more than 3, but that's looking pretty. Tie it in. Cinch it down a little bit. Now it's time for the wing. There's actually 2 colors in the wing, same as the tail. We're going to use a orange calf tail with white on top. So, and this stuff, this one here, I tie in separate. Some guys tie at the same time, but this seems to work. You know, this time it's separate. You don't get so much of a clutter mess. Alright. You don't want a ton. Like I said, because you're intermixing 2 colors. You could use a stacker. Me, it's just use my fingers to kind of work with some of the stray ends out. Right. About good. So you do your wing, you want to measure from your tip of your tail to the top of the wing. You want it to be about that angle right there. You don't want overlapping it. So, you got your measurement. Grab it again. Snip. Lay your orange on. And get this to hook right. There we go. There's one part. Come in for a second. Grab your white. I said, there you go, not much. Less is more. Sanding and just measure it up to the tips. Yep. Snip it. And there we go. We'll finish it up. You could add jungle cock to this. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. It's a fishing, it's a working fly, so I really don't want to put too much expensive jungle cock on it. So, but right there is the Max Canyon. Right there on a size 5, Daiichi 2051.
This is Jay at JPEG Guides and Lost River Fishing. We are a year-round fly fishing catch and release guide service. We fish the Lake Ontario tributaries, and then during the spring and the summer we also fish the inland trout streams, classic dry fly fishing. During the heat of the summer we will do the warm water fishing for bass and pike. If you're interested in any of our outings or have any questions, please feel free to email us at fish@lostriversfishing.com. Hope to hear from you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.